So he goes there, and Matthew holds a party. Matthew invites his friends. He invites, who are those tax gatherers? It's his friends. Who are the sinners? His friends. Now they're all sinners, but this is what it's saying is these people were really sinners. They knew these people to be like underworld people. Dining, all these people could have been prostitutes, could have been people who extorted, all sorts of things going on. And they're all at the dinner table, and there's Messiah with them. You know, when you come to the Lord, you can't hang out like you did. You can't hang out in the same way. You know, there's got to be a change that happens. That doesn't mean you reject the people who are your friends. You want to reach out to them. You want to reach out to them if you can. But you have a new life too. But here, it's a good thing Matthew wants all his friends to see the new life. So he invites all these people, says, come, Messiah's here. And they come. This must have been this great evangelical event to be at this house. I mean, it must have been the first great evangelical thing that they're all the worst people, and they're there with him. He's the honored guest. We're happy to bless you. He wants to bless his rabbi. So it's a party for Messiah at Matthew's house. You know, we throw parties. We should throw him celebrations. We should just celebrate him. If you're going to celebrate, celebrate him. Because if there's anything worth celebrating, it's him. Everything else goes. He doesn't. So you want to celebrate something that is forever, celebrate him. Bring him into all your joys. This is good what Matthew's doing. Bring him into all your joys. Celebrate. When you eat, when you fellowship. I knew someone who said, I sat down with the Lord. I had a dinner with the Lord. It was just I prepared a whole dinner, me and the Lord. 5-course meal with the Lord. It was beautiful. Just me and the Lord. Celebrate the Lord. What a perfect thing here now. They're all there. Other people are watching. Now, the word for the Pharisee in the Hebrew is piroshim. It means the separated ones. The separated ones. And they called themselves the separated ones because they said, we are going to be holy. And in order to be holy, we're going to stay away from sinners. And so we are not going to we're going to keep everything perfectly. We're not going to get our hands dirty in any way. We are holy. We stay away from sinners. But now, this rabbi is eating with sinners. See, there's two kinds of holiness. One that avoids unholy people, and the other that makes the unholy holy, that cleanses them. We are of the second, which is that which cleanses. So great is that holiness from Messiah, from God, that he is not content with leaving the dark alone. He's got to go into the dark. He's got to go into the dark and make it light. Messiah's holiness is not so shaky that he's got to keep it by staying away from everything else. And his people can't be that way either. We have to go. We have to go. Verse 11. And when the Pharisees saw this, they said to his disciples, why is your rabbi eating with the tax gatherers and sinners? No compassion here. No heart of God. There were good Pharisees. Don't judge all Pharisees. Nicodemus was a Pharisee. Even Paul was along those lines. But these ones, this is typical religiousness without God. Why? The only thing they're concerned about is the fact that he is eating with sinners. And they see it as a bad thing. You know, when we were at the Messiah College, we had the tape of India and these people, you know, these massive people in robes getting saved. And, you know, most people were real blessed, but there's a voice that, you know, someone said to someone else, said, why does he have to go over there? Why does he have to go to those people? You know, the Jewish people here, he doesn't have to go there for the Indian people. He's saying, why are we here? Why are we here? You know, what's it about? Why more concerned about these things. It's like he does a miracle, and they're more concerned that you broke the Sabbath. How? Because you performed a miracle on the Sabbath. Wait a minute. If you're performing a miracle, doesn't it mean that you must be like linked up with the guy who made the Sabbath? You know? So so here they're saying they're going up. They don't go up to him. And they're like, it's cowardly. They don't go to him. They go behind his back. They go to the disciples. Why does your rabbi, and they probably are not really asking because they're interested. They're probably saying, you shouldn't be following him. Why does your rabbi eat with the sinners? You know, it's easy to judge by appearance. Be very careful of that. People associate with other people. You don't know why they're associating. The most holy thing in the world, he was called a friend of sinners. Thank God, or we'd never get in. Verse 12, but he overheard that. He overheard them talk, and he said this, verse 12. It is not those who are healthy who need a physician, but those who are sick. That's one of the most beautiful words. Thank God Matthew had that party. It is not, just to hear those words, it is not those who are healthy who need a physician, but those who are sick. Now Messiah is not trying to distance himself or defend it. He's not trying to say, oh, I wasn't really with them. Peter did that later on. But he's not saying I'm not with them. You know, the enemy is attacking, saying, why do you associate with them? And instead he stays with them. He says, I am supposed to be with these. They're, whatever you call them. But instead of distancing himself, sometimes our own heart says, Lord, you ever say to God, how can you stay with me? I see this, especially that guy. No, he's saying, yes, absolutely. If you have a heart for God, you're actually going to ask that question. If you don't understand God, you might not ask that question. If you do understand, you will ask, how can you be with? But then you'll understand without understanding. And that's because you don't have to understand. It's his love. Why does he still associate, Lord? Why do you still associate? Why don't you give up? Why don't you give up on us? Why do you still associate with us? He said, because I'm a friend of sinners. I can't help myself. I'm a friend of sinners. What a loyal friend God is. Closer, there is one who sticks closer than a brother. Closer than a brother. He doesn't need anything from us. He doesn't want anything out of us, any ulterior motive. He just loves us. How much more should we be faithful friends to him?
To find out how you can receive more of Jonathan's teachings, to receive special free gifts, or get in touch, go to hopeoftheworld.org or call toll-free 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821. You can also get more at Jonathan Cahn's Facebook page or write us direct at Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA.